the earth out of its place, and its pillars tremble? Who commands the sun, and it does not rise? Who seals the stars? Who alone stretches out the heavens and tramples the waves of the sea? Who made the bear and the Orion, the Pleiades and the chamber of the south? Who does great things beyond searching out, and marvelous things beyond numbers? Behold, he passed by me, and I see him not. He moves on, but I do not perceive him. Behold, he snatches away. Who can turn him back? Who will say to him, what are you doing? God will not turn back his anger. Beneath him bows the helper of Rabbah. How then can I answer him, choosing my words with him? Though I am in the right, I cannot answer him. I must appear for mercy to my accuser. If I summon him and he answers me, I would not believe that he was listening to my voice. For he curses me with a tempest and multiplies my wounds without cause. He will not let me get my breath, but fills me with bitterness. If it is a contest, the strength beholds he is mighty. If it is a matter of justice, who can summon him? Though I am in the right, my own mouth would condemn me. That's very interesting. And I am blameless. He would prove me perverse. So it's changing a little bit here, wouldn't you say?
Well, I think he's opening up more, saying, you know, if I say this, who's to say he's not right and I'm wrong? I've lived the way he wanted me to, but who's to say I'm not wrong with choosing to live this way, because I must have messed up, since he's the Almighty and he controls it all. He can wipe out a mountain in a day and the mountain wouldn't even know why. You know, he controls everything. So no matter what Job is going to say to God, he knows his words are going to be wrong. Because there's nothing he can say for himself.
Now, Christina, let me put you in the driver's seat. You're a good lawyer today, good lawyer, but maybe not more. How much so far, if you could relate this to an experience you've had, how much would this be okay?
This was okay for a very long time.
To Job?
To me.
Okay, no,
well, you said to put it in my life.
No. Yeah, but you're Job.
I'm Job.
Job is happening. Well, you know, that's a very good point. So, because you wrote a book that deals basically with a lot of stuff like this, I have to give you a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Now, let me ask you this. Would you still
get back in another relationship?
No, not a relationship, but if your life turned like Job's has turned so far, what would your attitude be?
Well, mine would have to get better first in order for me to see the two differences. Mine did get better once I left the situation. Granted.
Okay, right.
Mine, I mean, I left him with zero in pocket, with nowhere to go. And I left with 2 kids, and we took off, and we were taken care of. You know, I was so close to just walking into those shelters, those day shelters, because they weren't returning my calls, and because I hadn't been on the street for a day or 2 with the girls, they weren't taking me in. So you had to be in the street, but I wasn't going to permit my girls to live in the car on the street. There was no way that was going to happen.
So, all right.
So, you know, things presented themselves to where I could move into an apartment. I didn't have the money they needed me to have, but I begged and pleaded with them, and I was allowed to move in.
So if you were...
But wait, I'm not done.
I'm sorry.
So you would think, oh good, she's finally, you know, gotten out of the fire, and she's got a place to live, and she can afford the place to live, and take care of the kids, and on and on and on. Well then, the thing is, the situation that I was in the work position, now becomes a situation where it's not healthy for me.
Okay.
So somehow it goes from a good environment to a bad environment the longer that I'm there. And you know, the minute you pull out of a bad environment, you end up in another good position, so you think, but somehow it always falls back to it going rotten somehow. And that's what I can't seem to get out of that cycle.
Right.
It starts off really, really good, and then it ends up so bad, and then I feel guilty for wanting to leave.
Right.
Because they make me feel guilty. I was like, okay, well, I understand. I'll do this, and I'll do this, and I'll take your abuse. You know, I fight back a little bit, but you take the abuse, and you get to feeling it again, well, this is your fault, this is your fault, this is your fault. And the minute they kept hounding on me, well, this is because of what you did, this is because of what you did. And I could keep proving to them that it wasn't anything I did. It was out of my control. I didn't do it. I have it on paper. I had it, you know, whatever I had it on. I could prove every time this person attacked me that they were wrong and not me. I got tired of having to prove myself right all the time. And then, of course, then there's always, oh, well, you're lying. Well, no, I'm not lying.
Okay.
So you have to, you know, get out of another bad situation. And it's sad that everyone that I've run across so far throughout my life starts off good, turns bad.
Okay.
And so I have to, and I do struggle for a long time with that person and the environment that I'm in. And it's unhealthy for me. And it's just, enough is enough at some point. And that's where Job is. Yeah, enough is enough. Mm-hmm. He hasn't got there yet. He's just stating his facts now.
Right. Okay. Well, Christina, you're doing excellent, I have to admit, so far. Now, I'm going to get more skeptical as time goes on in real life experience, but for right now, all right, where do we leave off?
21.
I'm sorry?
21.
21.
I am blameless. 9:21.
Oh. I am blameless. I regard not myself. I loathe my life. It is all one. Therefore I say, he destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When disaster brings sudden death, he mocks at the calamity of the innocent. Is he talking about God?
I believe so.
Wow. Okay. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covers the face of its judges. If it is not he, who then is it? My days are swift, swifter than a runner, and they flee away and see no good. They go by like skills of reed, like an eagle swooping on the prey. If I say I will forget my complaint, I will put off my face and be of good cheer. I become afraid of my suffering, for I know you will not hold me innocent. I shall be condemned. Why then do I labor in vain? If I wash myself with snow and cleanse my hands with lye, yet you will plunge me into the pit, and my own clothes will abhor me, for he is not a man, as I am, that I might answer him, that we should come to trial together. There is no arbitrator between us who might lay his hand on us. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not dread of him terrible. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not dread of him terrify me. Then I will speak